I'm going to go first.
Yes.
Just because I feel like at some point you guys are going to go kind of deep, and it's deeper than what I know. I'm not saying I'm going to leave for sure, but I might just to let you guys talk. So,
I was going to say, give us your opinion and take your ass to the
I mean, I was thinking about it because, like I said, I was later to the party with this stuff than you guys. So, I keep just saying so. That's it, guys. I'm not going to give you the review.
We're done.
Yeah, that's it. We're done. I saw this movie when I was very, very low on sleep. I had just gotten back from Japan, literally landed that day, and didn't sleep at all on the flight or in the morning. And Rick and I were supposed to go, but then Rick wasn't feeling well, and so then Bryant went with me instead, which was good because Bryant and Rick were gonna go, and he was gonna bring me this has nothing to do with my fucking review. Anyways, bottom line, what I'm just trying to say. Hey,
whole thing sucks.
I could ramble. Okay. Point is I saw this movie when I was maybe somewhat delirious. Like at one point watching the movie, I thought my hat wasn't on my head anymore. And I was convinced it was off my head until I literally had to feel for it. Because I kind of had my hat like this, so I thought it was possible I leaned back and it fell off. So I'm just prefacing that with this. Okay. But I enjoyed the movie. The other preface I'm going to give is I'm not the biggest fan of the first one. Right. It's just I think maybe I appreciate it more now. Because you were right. When we were talking off the air, when I did see that movie, it was very early on. It was one of the first things that I saw.
Right.
So now that I've kind of worked backwards even more, I feel like I could appreciate it more. But it's still just not one of my favorites.
Okay. And like I said, I really feel like if you would have seen, you didn't even have to see them in the order they came out.
Right.
But if you would have seen Clerks, Mallrats, and Amy before Strike Back, I think you'd have a completely different
maybe I would.
Love and appreciation for Strike Back.
Maybe I would. My big takeaway from this movie, and again, I don't know if it had to do with the deliriousness. I don't think so, though, because I think I mentioned this to Rick, too, and he sort of agreed. I just felt like there was a lot fucking going on. I felt like there was a lot to take in, because I feel like it covered a lot of stuff, and there was a lot of, obviously, in jokes and stuff. But that being said, I enjoyed it.
Fucking wasted, not even seconds, there's wasted minutes where nothing is fucking happening, but we'll talk about that.
I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the crowd that I saw it with. I enjoyed the Q&A afterwards. I think I appreciate this movie. I do appreciate this movie more than the first one. That's just my opinion. I explained why that would be my opinion. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun. If anything, it's nice to kind of know now because I know he wrote this movie. This was kind of the movie that he sort of wrote almost as a replacement to Clerks 3, because he couldn't do Clerks 3, he couldn't do this, couldn't do the other thing. But now it's nice to know that Clerks 3 is actually happening. So I'll be curious to see where he goes with that.
I still want to read that for other script.
I'm sure we will. I feel like maybe we will, maybe we won't. I mean, but he was willing to read it to an audience in New Jersey. I think that might have been the only place he did that.
I feel like that's the Kevin Smith movie I wanted.
Well, we'll have to see. But I mean, I think this one could be even more personal because, this movie too was written after his heart issues and all that stuff. So it makes me wonder about Clerks 3. So yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. With that said, you guys could go. Go ahead. Whoever wants to go. I'm wondering if I should move now, though.
No, you're good. You're good.
We'll see.
Go ahead, Rick.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It was a good follow-up to Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. It makes sense for the follow-up of Jay and Silent Bob Reboot and how stupid and wacky it is.
Yeah.
Because that's how stupid and wacky it was in the first one. So it matched that.
I'll give you that. That is not any of the stuff I dislike about the movie.
I know, I'm just kind of setting the tone there.
Yeah,
because of that, that's why I enjoyed the movie. Because it was silliness and, redone again, a reboot, making fun of all the reboots that you're really going.
You guys are going to talk deep. I have a feeling. This is going to be a big part of the show.
Making fun of all the reboots and remakes that are happening, and them going to Brody's stash.
Brody's stash.
Yeah, and then
which is in the Eden Prairie Mall, which I thought was a nice. Again, not the stuff I have a problem with.
Oh yeah, no. So yeah, like kind of started out with the same structure of the last movie and making fun of that they're doing the same thing with the same structure of the last movie.
Yeah.
And also how fuck, where were they going? Yes, them going to Hollywood again
Yeah.
to stop Reboot from happening, which is
They went to LA Comic Con, right? Is that what they went to?
no, they went to their Chronic.
No, but that where did they shoot?
Oh yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was LA Comic Con that they shot that at.
Yeah, because that was not. Obviously, it wasn't gonna be the San Diego Convention Center or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of scenes that I enjoyed, a lot of things that didn't quite make.
there's some really,
Sense?
really
No,
good,
it makes sense. It
enjoyable
just-
stuff in this.
But
movie.
I think for the most part, because it's Jay and Silent Bob's movie, I enjoyed it because it was their movie. I honestly didn't like the first beginning scene of the movie. I thought it was stupid.
the opening.
Yeah,
With
that we
the-
see in the trailer too.
Just too much of a callback.
It wasn't funny to me. It wasn't funny. Yeah, it was like,
oh yeah, no, that was yeah. I you're not talking about the scene as a whole. You're just talking about that specific part with him where he drops his pants.
yeah, it's like we've seen that,
that was
before.
that was a callback that didn't need to fucking happen. Other than that, though, I really enjoyed the open of
The
the
SWAT
movie.
team would have shot them right as they exited.
It's not even that. I really enjoyed the open of that movie.
But
And
like for it being the silliness that it's supposed to be, like I don't know, I didn't think it was funny.
the
my
joke,
opinion.
the joke that the sandwich place is called Cock Smoker and it's a
That was
chicken
funny.
place, that's good.
That
Like,
got me.
I
And the fact
definitely
that it was
appreciated
replaced.
some of that stuff.
That the red box replaced
RST, that was
video.
good too. Like, so that I liked the opening a lot. I liked the courtroom scene a lot. I thought Joe Manganiello kind of stole the show there.
Yeah.
Craig
really,
Robinson was funny.
really fucking funny. I love that fucking voice.
Breaking the fourth wall, calling
Uh,
out on Saban.
Yeah, what's his face? Justin Long. I love
Yeah.
the fucking voice that he does
Yeah.
for that character.
He's still playing that same character.
That same
huh?
character from
Yeah.
Zack and Miri.
Zack and Mary.
Yeah, I for whatever reason, when he talks with that voice, it makes me laugh. He can say anything and it makes me laugh. But so I like that whole
That scene was funny.
opening, like the first
Switching
sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
the first 5-7 minutes. I'm like, okay, all right, I think my worries are gone. Then you get a fucking 3.5 minute scene with Fred Armisen in the fucking car that just goes on and on and on and on, and none of it's fucking funny. And I'm like, fuck, really? What? That's when I type, what the fuck am I watching? Because it just did not need to be there. That did not need to be there. It didn't need to be that long.
I also thought that the driver was going to be Ralph Garman because of what they said in the podcast.
I don't listen to the podcasts anymore, so.
I could have said like, oh, Ralph, that something to do with like Ralph Garman part of being like the Uber-like driver. But I don't know. Maybe I just misunderstood it. I didn't know it was going to be Fred Armisen.
The first time he does the emoji joke was very funny. It went on way too many times and way too long.
Mm-hmm.
But how they get the credit card number and all that, I thought that was funny.
That was with Ralph Garman.
So like
I
I'm
thought
saying,
that was
like,
funny. Yeah.
everything up until they're actually in the car, I was like, oh cool,
I
I'm
don't have
in,
any
I'm
problems
in.
with the car.
I don't know that I had a problem with that either.
It was
fine.
nothing. It was like, let me give you a lot of exposition about this character so that when we do the fucking hater tots joke later, it all makes sense, but you could have done it in a shorter amount of time. It just took way too long to get there.
It didn't feel long to me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't feel that long either to me.
Jason Mewes has some amazing fucking moments in this movie.
Oh yeah, he does.
Really great moments
Kevin,
of
since
actual acting.
right. So since I was the one that went with.
That's why I want you sitting over here because the audio's gonna be shitty if you're sitting over there.
This is just for one moment. I'll talk right here. Okay, I'll come back for this, but then when you guys really go for it, I'm going back. I like my couch time. So since I was at the Q&A, I'm back. So I was at the Q&A. That was something that Kevin specifically brought up. I believe before the movie, actually. He just said, how Jason had some real acting moments in this. Like, what did he say exactly? I don't remember what he said. Something about like a part like when it was done, it made him cry or something. Like he was just really proud of him. And then I think he said something. I'm gonna be misquoting it, but he said something about. I don't remember, but I don't remember. Anyways, that's not helpful at all. But he commented. It's funny that you say that because that was definitely something he highlighted.
And
Jason.
I think my main issue with that stuff was like, he has these great moments, and then when they get back to the over the top cartoony character stuff, some of that stuff is delivered super well, and it feels like Jay from Jay and Silent Bob. But some of it feels like the first take and it was rushed and like. Could have got a better take out of Jason Mewes doing. Okay, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but the dramatic stuff he pulled off really fucking well, man. Mm-hmm. And maybe he's just not in the place anymore to pull off Jay from 1995 anymore, and that's completely fine. So I'm not gonna like sit here and be like, he was the problem with the movie. Like, and like overall, I don't regret seeing it. But this is not anything I'll revisit as far as Kevin Smith movies go.
I feel like I will watch it again only because I feel like there was just for me, there was a lot that was happening. Some of the stuff, again, I don't know, like, I don't remember. Did you feel that way? I felt like there's just a lot to take in. There's a lot of jokes. There's a lot of references. There's just a lot going on at once. And maybe some of that for me was just me being kind of delirious, but I felt like you agreed with me when I mentioned that to you, but maybe you didn't. I don't mean that as a bad thing.
All the Easter eggs and jokes.
I just felt like there was just kind of a lot. I don't mean it as a bad thing. I just felt like there was just a lot.
It was a lot.
There's just a lot.
I mean, it's not a knock. It was typical Kevin Smith dialogue. There's a lot there.
Well, it wasn't just the dialogue. I just felt like it was just kind of like,
well, I mean, but that's where all the jokes were. And that's what I mean. Like,
yeah. And
it's a lot to take in at one time.
Right. And so that's why I feel like I would revisit it.
I think that might have to do with you being semi-delirious when you saw it.
I mean, it could have been, but I mean, I don't know. I felt like he tried to cram a lot of stuff into a small package. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's how I left the theater. I was like, well, okay.
Because I mean, if it, like the first movie's kind of like that same way too.
I didn't really get that. I felt it more with this one. I felt like it's not a knock though. Like I feel that's just how I felt. I'm pretty sure you agreed with me when I told you over Vox. So I'm confused why you're kind of fighting me.
I feel like Jason Lee kind of phoned in his performance in Brody Stash. It was fine, but like I don't know. I was expecting.
I saw he was Brody in my opinion.
It seemed like I don't know. It just seemed like limited time. We got one take. We got Brody for a day. Let's get this shit done now. And like I can understand that because they're making the movie on a fucking budget. So I totally get that. And I think that was way more forgivable 25 fucking years ago for me. Rather than now.
Yeah, I think everyone did a good job of bringing their character back.
I think the one who nailed it the most. Go ahead.
Everyone did a very good job bringing their character back, I feel like. And then we also got Rosario Dawson back, but as a different character, which was fun. Which was fine, yeah. I kind of was hoping to see her, with Dante.
Yeah.
But fine, that's whatever.
I like that Dante played his newscaster character as well as Dante.
Was it Gil?
Gil Hicks.
No, that was a contestant. It was a different.
I thought it was.
Was it Gil?
I think it's the same name.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that. I noticed that too. Yeah. That was a good call on that.
It sucks seeing his parts and then not seeing Randall. But I mean, I feel better knowing that he's on board again. So.
Was Randall in the movie?
No. Jeff Anderson's on the movie.
Shit.
Because when this movie was made, it was kind of because of him.
Right.
Because he didn't want to do Clerks 3.
What was I going? Oh yeah. I felt like everyone came back in their character. Same thing with Justice. Like I thought she was Justice. I thought like everyone did fine. The only spot where I noticed it, and I know we're getting kind of advanced in here, was with Ben Affleck because all of his stuff was shot after the fact the movie was over, and I feel like you can kind of sense that. But
I don't know.
The movie wasn't over. They were still filming.
I feel like
that movie was still absolutely.
I feel like
filming.
the Affleck stuff.
No, he just said he wrote that part for him.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
And it's just like because like they made up and all this stuff.
Right. That scene is the fucking scene of the movie.
Oh my god! You don't let me finish. That being said, yes, I'm gonna agree with you. That was the
Alright,
best
guys,
scene of the entire fucking film.
Oh my god!
Because
so
it wraps
good.
up everything with Joy Lauren Adams coming back into them having a daughter, like that was like the nice bow tie to the whole,
Yeah.
in my opinion, viewer skew universe.
Yeah.
Because Chasing Amy was one of my favorite Kevin Smith
It
films
is
of all
my
time,
absolute favorite.
and I loved how they wrapped it up.
Yeah.
I believe Kevin said during the Q&A that was one of his favorite things that he ever wrote.
Yeah.
It's
I would agree with him.
scene,
That's a great fucking monologue.
that's where they won me back. Like,
yeah.
there's some really good stuff with Jay and Harley Quinn towards the end of the movie, but that scene right there was like the one that really was like, okay, this is an overall enjoyable movie.
Yeah, that made the entire movie for me.
All the
The fact that the kid named the kid Amy too,
Yeah.
because of
The story.
Silent Bob's story,
Yeah.
like, come on, like, wow.
and all the jokes about how the only good shit I ever did I got from you. Give me some more of that shit. Is it still working?
Oh yeah.
Now say something else.
Yeah, that was a performance, Oscar-worthy performance in my opinion for Affleck.
I wonder. I would love to know.
I think probably because with all the history that Chasing Amy comes along.
Yeah,
with,
I think it's the Chasing Amy history. It's the Ben Affleck and Kevin Smith history.
Yeah.
It's all of that. So it melts together like the art and the real life, and you really feel that scene. And I don't feel like that scene was acting. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
No,
Like
I got
that felt real and heartfelt on all sides. All sides. That was like my favorite moment in the movie. And I was like, so I watched that scene and I'm like, I wanted an hour and 45 minutes of this. This is the Kevin Smith stuff that I love. This is my favorite shit. Chasing Amy is my favorite Kevin Smith movie out of all of them.
This movie was basically putting a bow tie on closure on a bunch of characters
Yes.
in the Viewerski universe, which I enjoyed.
Because that's what Strike Back was supposed to be to begin with.
Yeah,
That was
'cause
supposed
that
to
he
be
was gonna
the
end-
end of that.
There wasn't going to be any more Jay and Bob movies after that. And what did he make after that?
After that,
Fuck.
Jersey Girl,
Oh yeah, Jersey Girl. Was like, yeah. After that, it was like his one-offs was gonna be like Jersey Girl,
Cop Out.
Cop Out,
Uh,
dip into someone else's writing.
Yeah.
Then I think that was when he went to Red State and
And then
Oh, you're missing Clerks too.
Clerks
Oh,
2.
Clerks 2,
Right,
that's
he did
right.
come back with Clerks 2 because he cleaned himself up for a while, and then fell off the wagon again.
Clerks too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I really loved and similar to Clerks when Jason Mewes steals that fucking movie away from everybody at the end. Like, and I know this is a Jay and Silent Bob movie, and he has to carry this movie. He stole the movie away from everybody again. Even though Ben Affleck was the one that had this amazing monologue and performance, Jason Mewes' reaction to that is what completely stole the movie. It's fucking amazing. I really like the last bit of that movie. Even the absurdity. I did not like the fucking Russian double agent thing. I was like, this is a fucking pot-fueled fever fucking dream. Like, come on, man. But I did like all the stuff around that sequence. I thought it was really, really good. I thought the use of Chris Hemsworth was fucking rad. I thought that was really funny.
Please don't up the hologram.
But yeah, like overall, it was an enjoyable movie. There was points where I was like, I was wondering, I was like, is this just not for me anymore?
That could be.
Or is it just not executed as well as the other one? I need to go back and watch the other movies because I really do feel like it's an execution problem with the stuff I don't like in it. I really do.
I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, comparing it, like I said, to the Viewerski universe and with the first Jay and Bob, like it all of it just made sense to me, and that's why I like it, because it was a perfect reflection of Kevin Smith and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I think the other best part of the movie, the funniest thing in the movie, is them writing the driver review. Because that's the callback
That's
to...
a callback to the... Yeah.
You are the ones who are the assholes from Strike
Yeah.
Back at Movies. But like that, I really thought that dialogue was hilarious.
That was funny, yeah. Yeah, I like the movie.
I feel like I know Mike's answer, but which one do you like better? And I'm yelling so the sound is good.
Liked better? What do you mean?
Between Strike Back or Reboot.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I gave my definitive answer.
It's Strike Back.
I think I don't know.
That's my opinion.
They're
though.
both great.
Oh, I know yours.
I don't know if I can pick.
I don't know about great.
I mean, great for what they are.
One's
I'm not gonna say these are like fucking cinematic Oscar movies.
One's awesome for what it is, and the other one is all right for what it is.
The reason I like it so much is because of how it ties everything up.
My other
That's
thing,
what I like
my
about
other
it.
thing was the outtakes they showed during the credits were better than the scenes that were in some of the scenes that were in those places in the movie. That's my other beef with it. I was like, usually outtakes are outtakes because they're not as good as the stuff that made the final cut, and it was like the opposite in this case.
I don't know if I can pick.
Okay.
Okay, so next week Rick and I are going to come back with our definitive list of favorite Kevin Smith movies.
I can do that right now.
I know I could, but save it. It's
From that universe, like for me personally, Clerks 2 is my favorite.
Clerks 2?
Well, from specifically like that sort of stuff.
Have you seen them all?
Yeah.
You saw Clerks,
Yeah.
Chasing Amy,
Yes.
Mallrats?
Mallrats,
Yes.
Dogma,
Yes.
Strike Back,
Mm-hmm.
Clerks 2.
Mm-hmm. I like Clerks 2.
By the way, Matt Damon is Loki. Like, for a minute there, I thought he was going to be the narrator of the movie. And then it doesn't happen. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, why? Like, that was there literally just to have
Just to
him
have
there.
Matt Damon in it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, whatever. It's his movie. He can do what he wants. But, like, it would have been cool if he was actually the narrator for the movie.
Yes.
That would have made a lot of sense.
That would have been cool. I did like the end in front of the cocksmoker with him running down the timeline of Jay and Silent Bob to Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
When he was telling her.
At the end. Yeah.
I thought that was adorable.
That was, yeah.
That was good stuff.